Cadillac, just generally, how do you feel about your running back so far in camp?
Oh man, very optimistic. Trying to not give them too much praise, but man, those guys they are bought in. Just from winter conditioning to spring ball to summer. Now I carried on over to training camp here. Man, you got guys leading with Tank and Jarquez. You got the young guys from Sean Jackson to DeMar Austin to Jordan, even Justin Jones. Jordan, those guys are working, man, and they're bought in, and I'm just excited to see what comes about.
Do you feel like you're building good depth now, sort of like when you were a player here, when you had
Yes,
you and
sir.
Ronnie and Trey, those guys?
No doubt. That is, iron sharp iron, just like people sharpen people, man. And the more guys that I can get in that room that's like-minded, that's not selfish, that's gonna put in the work. I'm talking about the dirty work, that's gonna grind, that's gonna love on each other, but at the same time, that's gonna compete and that want that number one spot. I bring guys in here and tell them, no, don't let Tank, Bisbee, Jarquez on, don't let those guys intimidate you. Like, come in and compete with those guys, because I was once in a room with the Ronnie Brown, the Brandon Jacobs, the Trey Smith, and man, I know it's you're gonna have your up and down days, man, but you're gonna be better because of it. And that's kind of the tone that starting with Coach Harsin, setting for this whole team, this whole program, bringing guys in here that want to compete, man, and want to go, play in the best conference, in the country, and go against the big boys, the Georgias, the Alabamas of the world. So, man, I'm holding it all in, but I am excited.
You went through a really disappointing season your junior year. I mean, y'all weren't nearly as good as everybody said you were going to be. And how do you come back from that? I mean, you came back and had a perfect season, but how do you come back from that kind of disappointment as a player?
Work, trust, accountability, leadership, player-driven team, guys buying in, one heartbeat, everybody pulling in the same direction, showing up each and every day, what Coach Harsin say, going 1-0, being purposeful, being intentional. I mean, and that's what win, not only in football, but that's what win in life. Just being consistent, each and every day grinding, loving on your brother, getting the cohesiveness, getting that camaraderie on the team right, and I truly think that we are in a good spot. But again, it don't mean nothing if you can't go out there during this time here and grind your butt off, and those guys working, man. So I'm definitely excited.
Is that the great teams you've been on? They all have that.
100%. I'm talking about from, I want to go back to my Pee Wee days from a Talent Road running with Steve McConnell, from Coach Rod Gray, middle school, never lost a game, to Coach Raymond Former High School, 3 straight championship, lost the first 2, finally won the third one. We won the most talented team, but man, I tell you, we was locked in, we were for each other. We believe in each other, and it was great leadership, starting from the top. And I think what Coach Harsin has done, and the way these guys has rallied together, and his message, his tone, man, we gonna have a great chance to do some really, really good things. I mean, and I'm not talking about future, like we can compete. It's one of those things, not to throw everything out, but of course the players can't tell them don't read what's going on, but I'm sure, guys, chime in on that. I know every once in a while I actually peek at it, and honestly, it motivates me, and I'm sure I ain't talked to my guys about this, but I'm sure it motivates them too. So man, we just looking forward to it, not doing but talking, and we're excited about Saturdays, waiting for getting Jordan their first 5 games at home, playing the best stadium in the country, the best experience atmosphere in the country. So whenever we play in that stadium, we have a chance because of our fans. So we have a chance.
You mentioned that. How do you balance, seeing what's out there, not letting the chip on your shoulder become so big? How do you balance as a coach, but how do you kind of relate it to the players?
Just staying humble. It's one of the things I always like to tell my guys, man. Don't read the press clippings, whether they're praising you or they telling you ain't about 2 cents. Who cares? Like, we're here together working. We here together putting in the work. And one thing I know about, hard work, of course, it got to be more than just hard work. But one thing I do know about hard work, and when guys come together, I know magic can happen. So, that's what we hanging our hat on. And these guys, man, are believing, and we have the tools, we have the guys to do some things.
Well, man, we got page clicks now. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, what are you seeing with the offensive line as they're developing, and particularly setting up blocks for your guys?
Oh, those guys, man, those guys done got dirty. I know them guys get a lot of flack about, what they can or can't do. To me, all that's BS. What I tell my guys in that room is, like, those guys are fighting for you. I know as a running back, not something I read, but something I played the position. I know how a running back can ignite the team from the offensive line to the defense to the quarterback to the stadium. Like, we can have a huge impact. So stop worrying about what other people saying, what our line can't do, because a lot of times we hung our offensive line out to dry last year, but they get the blame. So to me, it all goes back to looking yourself in the face as a man, taking responsibility. So, look, our line gonna be just fine. Those guys working their tail off, they gonna gel together, and these backs, they supposed to be so great, they supposed to be so good, they getting all the praise, but then make people better. And that is kind of my message, because we can.
Can you elaborate on what you mean by maybe you left the line out to dry last year? Or can you give an example of what that looks like?
Well, okay, it's like if we run it inside zone, it's one of the things where you teach it, slow to it, fast through. Like, everybody got to be in units where everybody's working together. So now, if we're not track press cut, and we are not cutting on these guys' heels and bringing those backers to us, and we're reversing field or not pressing the hole or not read key, they knock the hole in the defense. That's on us. It's yards out there. I mean, my guys in my room know that we left a lot of yards out on the field, and that starts with me as a coach. I got to do a better job of coaching those guys. I got to do a better job of letting them, them guys understanding the blocking schemes and where the, what I call the hidden yards at. So again, it's not all those guys. We, a skills guys. We get all the credit, but those guys, man, they put in the work, and we know that games are won and lost up front.
Tank Bigsby, in what ways has he improved over last year, and will we see him used in different ways this fall, do you think?
One of the biggest things that he has improved, and I'm so proud of, is just attention to details. Because sometimes, guys are so talented, and the good Lord bless you, which he didn't deserve, myself or other people that didn't deserve anything to get that talent. Like you was blessed, you was blessed with that. So with that said, the things that gonna sustain you and for you to reach your full potential is the details, the small things. And a lot of time, really, really talented players neglect those things. And I just think with him, with maturity, he has gotten better with that. And he's conscious of that. He focuses on that. He take care of his body. He thinks like a pro now. He studied. He does all that. Not saying that he wasn't doing all those things, but the kid is still a young kid. I mean, he's still 19 years old. So he's still a young kid. So, I can say just the attention to detail, and then just serving. Just serving, just being there for his teammates. That is what I done saw where he done came a long way.
Me and Philip remember when you were 19.
No doubt.
But I know you said they're competing for number one, but behind him, how tight is that competition to be the top backup or to push him?
Hey, it's nice, man. I'm telling you, that room it's gonna get better. I tell Jarquez to push Tank, and I tell Tank that Jarquez pushing you, and I let guys know when, hey, he showed up, you didn't show up. I'm very transparent, open with my guys, and I think they truly appreciate it because they know that it's not coming from a malicious place, like it's coming from the heart. Like, I want what's best for not only the Tank Bigsby, but also the Justin Jones, the walk on. I truly want what's best for those guys. So I just know, if those guys develop those good habits, I mean, with me, it's bigger than the game of football. Those guys are going to be successful in whatever they do if they acquire those really good habits, and those guys are buying in. And I'm proud of all those guys, not just Tank, Jarquez, and I'm proud of everybody in that room.
Do you have a most improved from the group so far? The guy that's improved the most since last year?
I would say Tank has taken a leap, big leap. I also say Sean Jackson, man. He's he's just old, reliable, and stable. Of course, Jarquez. I mean, the guy's a machine. You can run him. He kills workouts, and it's just like last man standing. And then I done been impressed with Damari, man. He's wise beyond his years. His approach, his mentality, his grind, his hunger. The way he's always in my hip pocket. I just want to get better. The way he watched the older guys. It's impressive to see, to be such a young guy, true freshman that's buying in and trying to lead by example and also follow, the leader. So, Lord, know I have a good group, man. I'm actually, blessed and lucky to coach those guys.
Does Tank remind you more? Sorry. No. Okay. Does Tank remind you more of you or of Ronnie, kind of the way he runs and his style and all that?
I think I really honestly don't even like to, the guys will tell you. I don't really like to compare, guys to, myself. I'm done. My day's over with. Like I tell them guys, man, Tank, he say he better than me, and I say, I good luck. I hope you are, Jarquez. Coach, if I was in the room, you and Ronnie probably wouldn't have played. Well, guys, good luck. I just say I'm excited. So it's fun. We actually have fun with it, where we go back and forth because the old guys think that the game is tougher now, and Coach, y'all wasn't getting it like us. So Man, you know those got all of them got their own unique style type of running, and you know, so that's a tough question.
With that said,